Welcome back to our 30th anniversary campaign. Part of the point of the anniversary campaign is to feel like it's a DLC. And to that end, I always intended to add some mods for new species. But the last two campaign DLCs we have also have new cosmetics for existing species. So we could do that too using mods. And we could fill in some of the missing variants. Yes, thank you, Isaac.
The only place they can see and visit them for real is right here.
Yeah, so we could fill in some gaps in the existing film dinosaurs with mods. Things that would be in a classic Jurassic Park era DLC for variants. So the first one we can have is a 93 parasaur. That's what these guys are. Okay, the gate is open. They can get out there. And we'll have more variants later on in the campaign itself. And the plan for the quote-unquote new species is, well, I mean, they are new species. They're modded species, but we're going to treat them like they're, DLC species. The plan for those is 2 in JP Europe and 2 in JP Japan. And then the variant skins will show up wherever is appropriate. I've already picked out the variant skins that we're going to add. Some of the parasaur there. So, basically those will show up wherever they show up. We'll definitely see one on Sorna, I can tell you that much. And we're just going to leave it a little bit of a surprise, right? They show up where they show up. We are going to do some optimization today on the power grid. So we've started that a bit. This guy here is just about empty. So what we're going to do is, now that these guys are out, we're going to cut off the fences here from the hatchery and move the power station back so it does not touch the primary paddocks. We've already done that up here where this substation, sure hope it doesn't power that gate on accident, where this substation only connects to these towers. Looks to me like that one's actually too far out. Well, it's powered, so it's got to be fine because it's not connected to the fence. The only way it can be powered is this substation. But that will allow us to basically leave the fences unpowered but still power everything in the park without having to worry about microing it. Or use like backup generators awkwardly like this one we were using here. So let's get this gate shut down. And go ahead and, yeah, we'll just, I think basically just do this, and that actually already cuts it off, so that's great. So yeah, the fences are unpowered, everything else is running. Backup generator here is no longer powering anything. And you should be able to get turned on. And that leaves us with 52 out of 90 on this small generator. So then we don't need a large generator. And we can optimize profit margins that way by not having to pay the extra power upkeep on a second generator. Or a third, because we know we need like 2 more larges to power the actual grid. Yeah, so this is conceptually following off of like the DPG concept, the DPG documentation concept of the dinosaurs we see in Jurassic Park in the film are the only ones that are basically active on the island at that time, and the other 15 species haven't moved in yet. So that's the concept we're following off of. So Metriacanthosaurus is available as a dinosaur in the research tree, along with all the other film canon dinosaurs from from Jurassic Park, but we're not specifically gonna necessarily add Metriacanthosaurus to the park. We're not recreating the 15 species. We're doing the whole alternate timeline DLC thing where, you get to make the call for what you get to add to get to 15 species. That's the concept there. So we should start doing some more expeditions. We got a little bit of money here. We should probably finish up the Brachiosaur genome before they die. With some luck, maybe we'll get some fossils here to reimburse us a little bit on that. And then we have this contract here for guests in the park. Hopefully that'll pop with the extra visibility from the cars coming up here. If the Rex were to get in view, that would probably work out pretty well. But that might not be a thing that happens, so we'll have to wait and see. Alright, well, we had a storm. We're cleaning up after that. Unfortunately, our Rexy has died of old age, so this was something I dreaded, but it was coming. We knew it would happen, so we're gonna get rid of Rexy's corpse here. Are you done being treated, Mr. Brachiosaurus? Yes. Great. Well, there's one Brachie back in the park at least. We also lost a Brachiosaur, so that's pretty bad. We do have Brachiosaur fossils that came in, though, so we're getting some done here. A mere 9%, which is unfortunate. Money's okay, though, so we can keep digging if we have the logistics. We need 8. We have 8, but we have 8 on 4. We're kind of boned, aren't we? Shit. Yeah, and training up to 9 is a 9 logistics requirement. Nobody has points because we've used them. So basically we need to fire like cheaper research guy and hire somebody with like 3 logistics. That'll get us to 9 on 3 to do staff upgrades. And then we still keep our welfare and our genetics. It's unfortunate though because he's got a decent upkeep cost, which we'd like to keep, kinda, but I don't think we'll be able to do much with that. Alright, well, he's got to go. That's just the truth of it. We can check the dig sites when these people are back one more time and see if there's any other dig sites we can do in the meantime, but we need to complete the Brachiosaur genome, because if we lose the Brachies, we're really fucked. Like, losing the Rex is bad, but we can at least keep going without the Rex. But if we lose the Rex and the Brachies and don't restore either of them, that's pretty awful. Is that infected wound? Yeah. That's the really annoying thing with this storm, is like you always get infected wound because it takes too long for the dinosaurs to get finished and moved out. Alright, well, that's where we stand at least. So we'll be back and we'll check on dig sites again. So I've made an adjustment to ticket price. I went and actually replayed the start of the campaign to adjust the ticket price to support starting with the power generators not getting deleted. And as you can see, that has quite skyrocketed our star rating here. And our profits have jumped significantly. The ticket price for flat Nublar is actually really low. Like, brutally low. So that was part of the problem here. The ticket price is like, I forget what it was now, the starting price, but it was something like in the 300s, which like challenge modes are usually around 600 or something like that. So that's like a ticket price that's harder than a challenge mode. And I'm not sure what the like that ticket price I think comes from originally the chaos theory, and I'm not sure how the chaos theory was balanced around that ticket price. But it must have been. So yeah, we'll see how things. It looks like we're starting to just level off here at that level, but this should accelerate this a bit more and give this campaign more of the difficulty level I wanted it to have. Because ideally, I think that the strategy here should be, if you want to do this really fast, you probably do what I did here, and what I had to do here, delete the large power generators to save money. But if you want to just keep them, you can, and still be marginally profitable. And, oops. And you'll be able to do that.
En route to collect the asset.
So, that means that we can try and put in, what is our tick right now for income? 40k? That's really good. We could probably put in some more power, but I think at the point where we're micromanaging with the fences being unpowered, we might as well keep it with that. So yeah, the last thing we were talking about before I went and spent an hour making edits to the code and doing test runs was what to do with our dig teams. So yeah, 8 we can't do because we need that. Same with that one. But we can do this one. So we might as well. We were going to get rid of cheaper research guy, right? Yeah, because we need to keep the logistics, we need to keep the welfare, we need to keep the genetics. So let's get this guy out on one more dig. Use up that last bit of rest, and then we'll fire him instead of resting him, and then we'll hire a new logistics specialist. That's going to be a little bit better for us.
Asset has been transported.
There we go. We don't actually have to fire. We have a second staff center available, which means we can just hire somebody. which with our new profit margin is probably perfectly fine. Also, I can go ahead and fix the paths now and put in the ones that we actually want for JP. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Not right now. I'll do that off screen. Undiagnosed ailment healing. Goddamn. Oh, because we got a tainted feeder. Yes. Whoever can get to it first, please fix it. Okay. All right. Close to 3 stars. Probably will need to make adjustments here to the financial goal, because the ticket price is elevated over like a challenge mode income level, which is what I modeled this around. So what I think we'll do is we'll keep playing like this. We'll get close to 5 stars, and then we'll see like what we have to do to adjust the income goal. I mean, ultimately, this playthrough here, this is the first time the campaign's ever being played, ever. So things do need to be play tested and adjusted. I didn't do any testing for like a full run. Only for the start scenario, basically. And even that we had to make adjustments to on the fly twice over. Looks like, yeah, we got some amenity issues there, potentially. Okay. So, altruistic salary, 2 logistics, specialist 554. That's kind of pricey. Faster, cheaper synthesis with 3 logistics. What do we needed just 3, right? I think so. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. 3 is enough to get us going. Oh, this logistics specialist is absolutely the one we should have. Yeah. So that's 12 on 3, which is actually even better to have. So, actually, does that get us Rexes? 13. 13. Not quite. Oh, unless those are 4-man digs. Nope, 3. So yeah, we need 1 more logistics person to replace somebody else. To replace like a 3, basically. We can do that, though. That'll be fine. That'll work. Alright, there's our batch of fossils. Some cynodonts. We had another brachiosaur die, so these are quite important for us. We really do need to get these fossils in here. So, I'm still thinking we might fire that guy. I don't know. Let's think about it in a second here. We need to do probably Salmonella, I assume, is the one that's breaking out in the park right now. Yeah, so you do that. And then the other people can go dig up Brachiosaurus for us. Yeah, then it's just the decision on what to do with this guy. So, this guy is fully upgraded, right? We've got all our staff upgrades that we have access to in this mode. No, we do have the last one. So he can be upgraded further. However, we aren't going to have any more staff slots. So having somebody who is not good in a stat is kind of a problem. We also might run into the issue of needing to hire another geneticist and another welfare person. We could keep them around until we're done with research. Because we can't, like, dig up the Rex right now. Well, Oh, you know what? We should definitely... Yeah, let's keep them around. Let's do another round of research. And use that benefit of saving some money there on him. And then we'll fire him, I think. So yeah, we'll do that. Okay. So salmonella is ongoing. Do we actually know that this is salmonella? The medical team is struggling to get through here. They're really struggling. It is salmonella. Great. I assumed it had to be because that was the only one we could research, but I couldn't be completely certain. And we lost another parasaur. That's fine. How many paras do we have left? Like, do we have a younger batch before the 93s? Yeah.
Asset has been collected.
Okay, mobile vets doing their thing, or trying to. Great. Salmonella dealt. Okay, and he's back from resting, so now we only have the expedition that's ongoing. Do we want to get going on the aviary here? We're missing a point of welfare. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep this set. We're going to do pivot away from the expedition, do staff upgrades, the final tier. For now, since that expedition's ongoing, we could do some vaccinations. It's not a bad idea. I'm not sure 60k saved is actually that worthwhile here. So we'll just do one of those. Could research insectivore feeders preemptively, but Geholopterus is like only available in the. Why did we? Oh yeah, I did do this, didn't I? So we get the skins we wanted. Yeah. Geholopterus is only. I'm not even sure it made it into the campaign because of how it works. Basically, the end stage of the campaign is in the early 2000s, so anything discovered after the 2000s, like 2005 or so, has been removed entirely. And I don't remember if Geholopterus was newer than that. It might be. So there might not even be any use for insectivore feeders. Also, we do want the large viewing galleries, so we should definitely research those ASAP, because that will also be pretty good. So we do the large viewing galleries, we do staff upgrades, we do the aviary research, and then we can probably fire the dude after that. So maybe we try to get the Brachis first, just because. Got our fossils in, some bird footprints. Wait, look at this. Camarasaurus genome 100%. What? Why are they labeled differently? Wait, these ones also don't show the pips? This shows 4 pips? Why? Like underneath the 2. Which isn't correct because it's a 2, not a 4. Oh, that's just the icon. Why is that icon there and different? I am... Confusion. We didn't do anything to Camarasaurus beyond move its position in the research tree. I don't... Let me know in the comments if you've ever seen this. And if you have any idea what's going on here with one being Camarasaurus, 100%, the other one just being Camarasaurus. Maybe that's cropped up previously in this campaign and I never noticed. But I certainly noticed now. Okay, do we want to try to finish Brachiosaurus before doing the research? I mean, maybe. I think so. Because then we could maybe have the Genesis and welfare people work on Brachis while we're doing research, and it will inform like what we need to do in terms of like staff points. Because if we can't even clone the Brachis, we definitely need to deal with that pretty quickly. That might make the difference between doing like remote viewing galleries or doing staff upgrades first. Which I probably should do remote viewing galleries, but also the Rex is dead, so they're much less important right now. Yeah, that's probably fine. We can probably just wait and see what happens. We're airlifting Struthies out because we got the contract to make $1 million by putting some crappy dinosaurs in the park, which is, you know, our favorite contract here on the channel, of course.
Asset delivery.
Well, I forgot to pull the trigger on this, but that's fine. We can just do it with the new stuff, which will complete the Brachii genome. But it has to be done in 2 batches. So if it has to be done in 2 batches, we might as well clear out what we can here. Okay, so faster research ladies are only geneticists. I think it's fine. We'll ever do both batches of fossils and then check. Oh, we could check the cost now because the genome's like accessible. We know what the synth cost is. 8 on 3, which we don't have. Okay. So yeah, definitely we need to do staff upgrades right now. So let's do that. Cheaper is a good save here. Oh yeah, because the 6 is new. We had a 4 before, so yeah, we don't actually need Fraser on this specifically. So I think it's probably worth doing it like this so that we don't have to rest with Fraser. I think that's fine. And that saves us money. We definitely want the cheaper research guy involved in these big ticket projects no matter what. So that's probably fine. Probably the way to do it. And our contract completed, so all that money came in, so that's good. Profits in general are looking good. I had to go back through the amenities and edit them. They probably changed when the Rex died. Specifically, these ones were different. Well, now they're negative. Well, that's just visibility shifting, I guess. Fine. Probably... there's a bunch of shit in view. It's just not very good, I guess. Well, whatever. So, while the Genesis rests so that we can do Brachiosaurus, we're doing, not amenities, viewing galleries, queued it up, remote viewing galleries. We can also do the second vaccination at the same time, so we'll knock that out as well on Lagos. Remote viewing galleries unlocked. I'm still struggling to complete this photography contract I've been trying to do the whole time I've not been here on camera. Okay, let's do... So we definitely want to try and get like a remote viewing gallery into the Rex pen. So let's see how far we can reach. Okay, I mean, it's not the best. But it will improve visibility at least somewhat. I was hoping we could actually reach into the Rex pen. That doesn't seem to be the case. Also, should keep an eye on how much these are to build. 37.5 is not bad. And then the building itself is another 37.5. Okay, that's not bad at all. So yeah, I want one on like the Dilos specifically. So this one covers part of an arc there. I still think we want it probably like as far back as we can get it. So there'll be some overlap. Actually, it might as well just be centered. So there'll be quite a lot of overlap that way. Well, I think we want to make sure the lake is in view, so I think probably it's fine. Yeah, let's just put it there in the middle. Did I destroy important forest for you guys? No, you don't give a shit. Okay, so 2 like that. Then by the same token, what if we... sneak one in here. Okay, that gets into the Rex pen. So that's pretty good. Additional visibility on the Herrerasaurs too. Yeah. Maybe we're gonna go a little crazy with these and just kind of throw them in like everywhere, but I think it's kind of justified. Okay. So that gets us a pretty decent viewing cone through here. And then, yeah, there's visibility. We can do some stuff down here with more visibility. I'm sorry, you? Okay, you're just still not airlifted. We had a Struthi that was struggling to find water. We actually might want to, like, have a little water over here. Just in case anybody gets stuck on that side of the map and can't detect water for whatever reason. I did send the mobile vet out to like pop it off when we airlifted it. So those are set up now. Next research task, the aviary. We'll get started on that. Okay, then this guy gets rested. And that leaves us with just this geneticist. We have the pterosaurs are already unlocked by default, the first two. The Morphodon's the one we need. We might do Pteranodon too. Take advantage of that aviary a little bit more. I haven't decided. Maybe we could just knock out one of these skins. That's probably fine. Well, I had to replace a non-functional contract, but we get the one to build an aviary, so we'll just grab that one instead. Yeah, we had a genetic modification contract, which
This
doesn't work.
genome should prove incredibly
Currently, we're
valuable
working
to
on
our research.
brackies. We just
Make
had
sure the
another one
scientists
die.
have it.
So let's make sure we hatch these. 8 welfare, 1 mil.
What I like about building construction is that it requires planning and thought. And I've always
Yeah, so
loved
this
seeing
guy,
things
we
become
actually have enough.
something
He just
from
has to finish
nothing.
his resting.
I think that's what first attracted me to InGen.
Dimorphodon. Let's get the Morphodon going. We can put the aviary in today, probably. This is a 6. We don't want to use the welfare specialist, so yeah, we gotta finish the resting first. Do we have... No, that was the last Brachiosaur in that paddock. I think this is the only Brachie left. Yeah,
Asset has been collected.
that's a problem, but it'll resolve itself very shortly. So we do these guys, then we don't have the logistics. If we do these guys, then this guy can do the dig, and the other person can do the extraction. So that's the way to do it. Then the time has come for me to probably start thinking about what we expand into next. So I like the layout we have here. Well, I think we'll do 4 carnivore paddocks and then 3 herbivore. So 1, 2. Well, how many species we can tell from here? So we have 7 out of 15. T-Rex is 8. So we put in another carnivore for 9. Put in maybe a small carnivore for 10. Something like a scavenger. I think 1 scavenger in every park is kind of thematically appropriate. It feels correct. Something's got to eat the poop, right? So that gets us to 10, and then like another herbivore, another herbivore, another herbivore, 13, and then do the aviary with 2 species in it, maybe? We could do that. Justifies the inclusion of an aviary, right? Eh, you probably are. Actually, no, I don't see red on the health bar. Yep, there we go. Avian pox. Send MVU to medicate. So I guess we've already dealt with that, right? Yeah, that's the one we already had. Okay. Well, we caught it decently quickly. So there's that. Buried treasure from Europe again. Good progress on Dimorphodon. Don't even remember if I picked out a skin for this. I must have. Might have done something based on a video game, because I don't think there's a JP Institute Dimorphodon, so I had to compromise on that. 50 seconds on the eggs. Here's our aviary, at least for now. We may adjust it as need be. Died of old age. Okay, surprising. That's a Struthi that died of old age, huh? When I see a corpse next to another dinosaur that's sick, I kind of assume it's not old age. Okay, so we have no Brockies in here, so we should be able to put 3 in.
Asset transportation underway.
We could just go for 3 Brachiosaurs. We could just take this one
Transportation underway.
and move it over. Because, like, right now it's not doing well on its territory. And I feel like a tightly optimized pen for sauropods is really good, and a big open pen where they move around is not. Yeah, we'll wait. We'll probably have another full batch to run there to finish it, or more or less a full batch. So that leaves us with most everybody available, except for the welfare specialist. Why don't we... I mean, we could just focus on the aviary. If I'm going to add another species, I think I'm going to add Pteranodon. Alright, let's do it. Let's do Pteranodon. Probably intended for Jurassic Park anyway. So we might as well get it. Probably don't get it this episode, I would imagine. I would imagine that's for the future.
Asset requiring collection.
I don't think we had any, like, traits on the Brockies to make one an alpha.
Transporting asset.
The margins look really bad, though. I guess the territory still needs to be expanded a bit. Because, like, this whole corner is missing. Already done with that research? Dang. And the fossils are in. Holy smokes, that's a lot of fungus. What did you go to the fucking Mushroom
Our
Kingdom?
plate may be full, but there's always room for more. Read up on this next objective. Unlike the dinosaurs,
Yeah, look at that. Perfect.
I want you to stay hungry.
Do we want to split this on somebody else?
Look, happy guests are repeat customers.
No, I think
Keep
it's
them as
fine.
comfortable as possible.
Because then we can do a dig for Tyrannosaurus, which I think I want to start investing into. So that's 13. Oh, maybe... Maybe, I don't know, do we want to send the welfare specialist out all the time? I'm not sure we want to. Okay, so if we make him an 8, then we do 12, and then we just have 1 filler person. Let's do that. Why not? Oops. Tyrannosaurus, 641. Absolutely insane amount of money, but
Asset has been
we
delivered.
want to get that Rex back. Might be time for another ranger post too to administer the aviary. Why do we have 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, did I click the wrong Jeep? Signed to 4, 3, and 7. Signed to 1, 2, and 5. No, we do have 6. I don't know where the other one is then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, because the Herrera pen was not originally occupied. Yeah. Yeah, probably do another Jeep. Alright, our Dimorphodons are ready to go. We're doing Champlain Pelophylax. I believe this is based on like a Lost World video game that has Dimorphodon. One of the first places that ever shows up in the franchise, the extended franchise. Chance it's short-lived. Oh yeah, we gotta rest this guy. Well, anyway, that's the situation. We'll get him hatched in mid-storm. Some of the usual stuff, you know, injuries cropping up and some things getting damaged. We got a few short-lived dimorphodons. Maybe we skip them. Hatchery is currently offline. So we get 4 eggs there. That's probably fine for dimorphodon. Disinfecting a feeder. Okay, looks like we're through the storm at least. And there's our fossil. Fungi and cephalopods and a couple of pieces of Rex. So you can do that. We need to get this power restored. Okay, there we go. We can hatch these. 4 dimorphodons. Yeah, so we don't have... enough to go digging. But we could do some other piece of research. The infrastructure is completed. A large hotel or main thoroughfare. Let's do bigger paths. That's a good job for these two to do. We should do the hotel as well while we still have the cheap guy on staff. Who I don't necessarily see any particular reason to fire yet. So far, it seems like he's okay to keep around. Who are you? A dead para. I want to do more parasaurs too. And we still have stuff that's damaged here. Oh, we lost a gate. It's between the trike pen and everything else, it doesn't matter. Honestly, these new gates are like kind of super meta because large dinosaurs just can't escape through them, and that's kind of insane. Like, that's really good. No access.
Asset in transit.
What do you mean? What? I guess somebody else did it? Oh, fuck, man. This guy I tried to assign to the hatchery and he couldn't get there. He couldn't handle going around a corner. It was far too complicated for his little tiny pea brain. So that's unfortunate. Let's get some paras. More 93 paras. Perfect. And then we can do fossils later. 50 seconds. Yeah, that way we got the paras like ready to go when the
Heading to pick up the asset.
the dimorphodons are done here. That should be any moment now, actually. So I guess we'll wait. So let's check out the para eggs. 3. Tolerant Thirsty's fine. Not a big deal.
Asset being transported.
Alright. Dimorphodons. So these are basically just green dimorphodons. They're the big one, not the one with pycnofibers. I feel like that's more keeping with the featherless aesthetic of JP as well. Fish feeders we need to research. Kind of forgot that was a thing we need to do. Well, it's a good thing we have the welfare because the other people will just finish here. Cheaper research, knock it out. Well, obviously the welfare was put into releasing the dimorphodons. But yeah. Other than that, we need sand and population's a 3, so 4 is a perfectly reasonable number. We do just like a nice little sandy kind of beach area blended in with the grass a little bit. There you go. Now the pteranodons I think are rock. We'll probably just put in some decorative rocks for them. No access. Where are you trying to go? Might have to move this station. What is he doing? He's just going back to base. I don't know what to make of that one. Don't know what to make of that one. I wonder if it's like they have to be at base to try to do status checks, and then if they can't get to where they're going, the status check fails like that. I don't know. I think at this point I'm just gonna move this. This has been too much of a pain in my ass. We'll just put it at a different angle like this and see if that gets past the problem. Okay, so yeah, a minute on the feeder. Hopefully they don't lose their minds in that short period of time. They probably will. Start attacking the fences at any moment. Okay, so you I assigned to here. I would like to not assign you to here now. You should administer these like we originally set you up to do so. Then Team 5 and Team 6 do these. There we go. Now, you gonna work? You guys gonna go? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. They're able to pathfind now. Maybe. Okay. Now they're mad. They're mad at, like, basically the moment the research finishes, they get mad. Oh, the research ain't finished. They're just mad. Probably should just sedate them. I hate... This is something I should edit in the research mod. Having to do the release before you do the feeder sucks. It's not fun. Don't like it. We can just delete the prerequisite and make it so it's researchable without having to have Piscivore out first. Because the last thing you want is these jokers smacking into the aviary walls. Alright. Let's get that batch of paras out and wrap up for today. So, everybody's back. We should be able to hatch you guys with you. These two gotta rest, and then we can do Tyrannosaur dig again when they're back. And our geneticist is available to process the other individual fossil, which I think is probably worth running here. Seems good. Alright, those paras are being airlifted in. Let's do another Tyrannosaurus fossil dig. Try and get our Rexy back as soon as possible. Well, let's go over and do this one. Yeah, I think having faster research person on hand is fine here. In fact, if we want to, we could queue up another clutch of parasaurs. Which I think is not a bad idea. Because she's able to do it directly by herself, and like this enclosure is very much full of the parasaur and brachiosaur's preferred plants, tall nut. So if we want to like optimally use this enclosure, we should be putting enough parasaurs in here to like fill up the need bar basically. So probably like 15 or something, maybe more. Also, this is really weird. The tree decoration blocks territory generation. The log. So you could like maybe use it as a barrier, which is really weird. Like rocks don't have a weird outline like that. It's just the log,
Asset has been
which
transported.
is just strange. Alright, Trivil's back from vacation. You need a break. Then yeah, we can do more of these guys. Alright. Seems good. That's probably a perfectly fine spot to end for today. We did hit 3 stars. We made good progress when we adjusted the ticket price for the campaign. I'll have to decide if we keep the same ticket price on the future maps. Probably not opposed to that. It makes them start a little faster, you know? There's not as much time wasted being very precise about everything. It also means you're allowed to use big generators and the big fancy electrical fences, so... Which probably makes sense. Like, if we want to bootstrap the next few parks in the campaign pretty quickly, a high ticket price allows you to do that. Like, to use your research in the previous islands going forward. You're not really going to use all the nice stuff you've unlocked right away if you don't have a little bit of extra money coming in early on. I guess we release these guys too because I talked long enough. Well, there they are. Well, okay. So yeah, until next time.